Hey everybody, Sean here again with another video for you. This one is going to be another Control 4 system in a home we did with lighting, comfort, just a few other things we can look at here. The comfort, we have two thermostats in this home, one for the living room, one for the foyer. We have the blind control and the pool controller. So we'll start with the blinds here real quick. Just kind of want to give you a lowdown on what else we have capabilities of. So we're going to go ahead and put the blinds up in the dining room here in front of you. These are Hunter Douglas blinds, which we had to use the Hunter Douglas software and hub to control them, tied into the Control 4 system. You can see we have the up and down motion with the Hunter Douglas. That is actually the only thing you're able to do with these, unfortunately, is just an up and down. Hunter Douglas does have their own software, which will allow you to do multi-function scenes where you could go halfway up, halfway down. So with this here, I'm just going to go over and show you here. They go up and they go down. It's pretty straightforward. We're using a Control 4 touchscreen. I also had set the buttons on the side of this touch screen to do the quick function of the up and down of the blinds. I accidentally had hit that, and now I'm just putting them back down again. So the next thing we're going to go over real quick is the pool controls. This is the Jandy pool controller linked through Control 4. We're using a, this home has an HC800, but you can see here it shows the pump on, the spa you can choose, the heating level, you can choose the heater on or pump on. Extras, we have spa blower, vases and walk-ins, and a waterfall. So what I'm going to go over real quick is showing you guys how the waterfall, we can show that on and off from our touchscreen here. So first let's open the blinds for the dining room. You can see it's pretty good function with the Control 4 system. You see how the little blue light comes on, letting you know that the windows are open. There is a small delay just because the Hunter Douglas does take a second to recognize the command that's sent. So now we're going to open up to the pool here. The first thing you're going to see is we're going to see the, sorry, let me turn myself down a bit. So you're going to see that there is a, I'm going to turn the waterfall off, and we'll watch the water stop flowing there. This gives you up to 8 auxiliaries depending on your system. This one has 4. One's the waterfall, that says the vases and walk-in. There's actually a little walk-in plateau there that shoots up water, and there's 3 vases that actually throw water. So we can turn that back on. You'll see that little walk-in area start bubbling again. And now when we turn the waterfall back on, you're going to see that start to flow as well. And this is all pretty instantaneous. Of course, we're relying on a pump to start pumping that water, so it does take just a second to start to kick on here. But you can see you do have full functioning over the pool. So that can be set into any scene. If you want to see you pull in the driveway and your pool kicks on, or your hot tub, we can do that. That is an option. And now you can see here the waterfall has come on. Alright, so let's go to, we're going to go back here and show you kind of some of the lighting features. Our last video we didn't have any, so we can show you some on this one. This one has 5 dimmer switches. The one we're going to show you first is the island in the kitchen here. So you'll see there's the foyer, front door, garage, dining room, and when we scroll down, we will see the one for the island here. But you can see it lists them all out for you. You see the kitchen island is on 11%. I can push that up, and you'll see when I let off the button to whatever desired level I have, it pops on. And we can do the quick on and off, which is just a direct hit on the actual button with the lettering, the wording. We'll turn the light on or off. It will dim down at whatever desired speed you want it to. So if you want it to, over a 5 to 10 second period dim, we can have that done too. Or you can have it instantaneous, pretty much on off in a sense. So we'll go over and show you guys the dining room light, which is going to be over the table. Actually, I guess I went ahead and showed you this about 5 times just to show you that I wasn't making it up. Okay, so here's the dining room light now. So go ahead and, one button push. This is the LEDs I'm showing you here. You can see I have them set to red for off, green for on. You can see it dims down very nice. It's a very, that speed was good for what looked in that home. You can see the lights changing there when the on and off. Now we're going to head over to the front entrance area in the front door. We put a dimmer here because what our plan is for this is to actually have a driveway sensor. There's an actual covered terrace in front of the front door here. You can see that's the front door light going on and off. See the green and the red. Well, there's going to be a front covered terrace area, so when you pull up in a car or walk up to the front door, a sensor will be set off, motion sensor that will start turning lights on. So we'll have it set up to when the car pulls up, the front light turns on, that front door that you just saw, and then we'll have it so right after that this light here will kick on in the entryway to a desired level. So basically you're not going to be walking into a dark home. So the goal is to basically have the home basically welcome you as you pull up or walk into the front door. So that's just kind of a brief. I just want to show everybody how those light switches can work, how quick they can amp or de-escalate in a sense. How quickly they can go up or down. You also have the option to actually physically push the button. One push is on, one push is off, just like a regular light switch. If you actually hold your finger and push down, it will go up to whatever point you let go. So if you want to dim it lightly up or down, just hold your finger till the light gets to the desired level and let go, and it will stop there. A single click will turn it all the way on, and a single click will turn it all the way off, whichever way you go, up or down. Here is the Ratkins AC Wi-Fi WAP, the wireless access point. Just wanted to throw that on the video so everybody can see what they look like. I get a better shot here so you can see them compared to other things on the ceiling. You can see it's pretty non-invasive, but that thing does definitely put off quite a bit of wireless signal. That covers the entire living room, dining room, kitchen, second living room, and a couple bedrooms off that one wireless access point. Alright, so here I'm just showing real quick, we integrated, they had two Denon receivers. What we did was we put one for the living room and one for the pool. So this home actually doesn't have integrated audio. So we just went ahead, and there are like 3 or 4 pool speakers that are hooked up, and then there's some in the actual living room that are hooked up, and we can use that receiver to do it. And this is the going over the thermostats. We have 2 thermostats. There's 2 zones in this house. The first one is the one near the living room. You can see it has a blue ring around it when it's cooling. The ring goes away when it's off. You can tell the fan to stay on circulating, or you can just shut it off altogether. After you shut it off, the cool will actually disappear and it'll go to off. Here's another shot of it here. I kind of got a shot of my thumb, sorry, but this is a good view of it here. I'll turn, now we just turn it to AC. You can see this is the actual wall unit itself. It's very aesthetic compared to most, white like most of them are. You can see it basically follows every prompt immediately. It's set to 72, it's at 74 now. The ring around on the touchscreen was blue. So basically I'm showing you now real quick the quick buttons I made on this. These quick buttons can be set up for many things. I did the blinds. You could set these for light switches. You could also set them to do a garage door or a awning or something, anything like that. They can be set for anything. The right side of the touchscreen up and down are to put the blinds up and put the blinds down in the dining room. The left side of the touchscreen is set to do the master bedroom up and down, which up is open, down is closed. So we basically made a very easy, quick button to open and close the blinds. That seemed to be a pretty used thing, which you still can use the buttons on the actual touchscreen itself. It's just if someone was walking by and wanted to open the blinds, they could literally walk up to the touch screen and literally just push a side button and it would open or close the blinds in either room. This only had 2 rooms for blinds right now for the motorized blinds. If you're watching the video, you'll see 1 blind in the actual dining room. It does not open or close. It is not an actual powered blind. The rest are. But there will be plans down the road to maybe add more powered blinds. So just real quick showing the lighting again. I'm going to show you where they all are. And okay, so you can see we got the front door light, garage lights, dining room. Oh, here's a good shot of the garage. I went down the garage to take a few just a quick video to show you this. Again, just showing you the touch screen and how it reacts, to how quick it responds. And you can see it's pretty fast. You know, there's not really much delay. You get a little bit of a delay from the iPhone or iPads, you know, depending on where it's going through. But we're setting this up so when the driveway, you know, when you pull down to the driveway, you open the garage door, the lights in the garage actually will physically come on. When you leave the garage and exit the garage, you will have the garage door closed and the light turn off, and you can do the same thing for interior lights in the house. But you know, we're talking about putting sensors up and things so when you walk up or pull up to the garage or anything like that, outside lights and exterior lights will come on for you. Okay, so here is the iPad app again. I want to show everybody the difference on what it looks like in a different you know, different atmosphere here. So you can see this is that same setup. We got the comfort, the lighting, and as you add more stuff, just the ring around everything kind of just adds more apps to it in a sense. You can see here we have the pool audio. You know, I can go, there's a quick button to the lights at the top. And yeah, and it kind of just listens. The iPad app is really friendly. You know, the app, just the quick buttons on the top are really nice. You can see it's pretty responsive. I am on the Wi-Fi in the home, so it's pretty responsive. You know, this is just kind of giving you a brief to just showing you how it works here. But I mean, you could literally be sitting on the couch, turning your lights up and down, or have them set up to run. You know, whenever you turn something on or open your blinds or close your blinds, you can have lights turn off, turn on. I'm just demonstrating now the delay time between the Hunter Douglas blinds and the app for Control 4. Basically, Hunter Douglas has its own proprietary software. They use their own network hub. Control 4 basically ties into it. You can see how much of a delay there is between the two. Personally, I'm not a big fan of the Hunter Douglas blinds just because they have a lot of issues with communicating with the Control 4. I mean, they're not a bad system, but they're just not the easiest thing to operate. You know, I think again here I'm going to show you the difference between the two here. So you can see the iPad main screen compared to the touchscreen of the Control 4. It looks pretty much almost identical. The apps are a little moved around a little differently. That is an iPad Mini Air 2, I want to say. So you can see it is a little clearer. I think that actually does have the Retina, so it is a little clearer than the touchscreen itself. And you can see I pushed the quick button on the side and it was pretty much instantaneous. So when you're using the actual Control 4 unit from in the house, the delay time is way less than when you're using the Apple iPad. You get a little more delay because it's going through the internet. It takes 4 to 5 seconds. You know, that's a pretty big time. When it comes to the Control 4 touchscreen, you know, it's in the home and it's literally connected to the system, so you're, you know, pretty much instantaneous with everything on the Control 4 touchscreen. So again, I'm just going over what the light setup looks like. I do like the iPad's, you know, listing on how it does the lighting. This here, you have to, you know, you can't scroll up with your finger. You actually have to scroll down on the actual slider. With the iPad, it actually sets them up in a list. So you actually have a nice list to choose from with your lighting. You can see the Control 4 in the top left corner has an arrow back, a 4, and a star. when the iPad physically actually has a light bulb where you could push the light bulb and get all access to your lights at any point in time in any screen you're on, which is a really nice feature. I do like that about the iPad, which I'm hoping, with the update that's coming, they'll have that for the touch screens. From what I've seen, it looks like they do. So here I'm just showing you more dimming of the displays, and I'm just kind of going between the iPad and the touchscreen. I apologize for the video kind of dragging on. I just want everybody to see the difference between the two and what you're looking at. The reaction time from the iPad to the touchscreen, and you can see I turn it on, the iPad catches up right after. So depending on it, the iPad's definitely awesome and it works great, but the touchscreen is where it's at. And here's just a quick video. I just want to show you the room that we created here. This is a smart panel. We hung this half cabinet rack system. You can see we have a Control 4 controller, a Rackness PoE switch, router, and then there is a camera DVR, APC battery backup, and you can see we tucked all our wires in the back there best we could so you didn't see them. And what we did was jumpered over from here to the actual smart panel, because basically in any situation the house is run, all the Cat 5 and coax is run to the smart panel. So what we did was we ran our Cat 5 and extra Cat 5 over to the smart panel just to make sure that it had the space to be used and allowed access to the smart panel wiring to go to the cameras. Now we did shim this off here. You can actually, there's actually shims behind this that keep it off the wall enough to where that smart panel cover actually comes right off still. You just unscrew the screws and it literally just slides right off without having to remove the that network rack or anything. So it still works perfectly fine. You still have functionality of the rack and the smart panel, and we also have has a built-in fan there, and that's the Rackness wireless access point for the IT room and the master bedroom. You can see, it's a nice system, but keeps it really clean. Now this whole room is just extremely neat and clean, organized. That panel never has to be opened again, and that's what you're looking at. So, I figured I'd just show everybody how nice of a neat setup you could have. And I mean, really, even if that's in your closet, that doesn't take up much space at all. So, there's definitely really simple options to use for that, just so everybody knows. Okay, so real quick, I just want to show everybody, this is the garage door setup with the MyQ integrated into the Control 4. I'm using my iPad to do this. The flashing light is just a warning that the door is going to close because it was set off from a remote connection. So it sets off a chime and then it closes the door. And you'll see the door closes. It's all recognized from the app. If the door is closed, you'll see on the screen there, I push again, it says open. Notice that the garage lights come on. I have it set up in the Control 4 program to when the garage door is opened, the lights come on in the garage and stay on physically until the garage is closed. After the garage door has been closed, then the lights will turn off after 60 seconds. We did this so when the customer pulls in, there's plenty of light for them to see, and they can basically get out of their car, go inside, and turn the light off. So that's pretty much it. Thank you very much for watching, and come back for more videos.